Hi, today what we have here is the Asus and Google Nexus 7. It's a 7-inch form factor tablet using fairly new technology. We're going to go ahead and start with the dimensions here. You've got 198.5 millimeters long by 120 wide and 10.45 millimeters deep. As you can tell, just very simplistic design. It's very nice to hold in the hands. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. From the front here, we actually have, you can see it's basically, it looks just glass from top to bottom. It's got a very nice clean look to it. It's got a border here of, it looks like brushed aluminum, but it's actually just a really resilient plastic. It's been colored that way to look like brushed aluminum, but it actually doesn't detract from the device at all. It actually is very nice to hold in the hand. On the front here, you also see it's got its proximity / light sensor and the 1.2 megapixel camera. And, of course I put a fingerprint on the thing there, but that's okay. Looking at the bottom of the device, starting with our ports and buttons here, just here on the bottom you see the micro USB, which is used to interface with the wall charger that comes with it, or with a USB cable you can connect it to your computer and very easily transfer pictures, files, music, pretty much anything you want back and forth. It also has your 3.5 inch or 3.5 millimeter, my apologies, microphone jack here on the bottom, which enables headphones and actually microphones. I do believe it'll support those types of headsets. On the right side of the device here, you see the volume rocker and the power / lock button. Again, very nice for them to include these buttons right here for the volume, just because there are some applications out there that you can't really get to the volume very easily from within the software. Makes it very nice to use the device just kind of on the fly. If you look at the top edge here, really isn't anything to speak of except for one of the microphone ports. There are actually two on the device, which we'll talk about the second one right now. The second one is located right here on this side of the device, just kind of mirrors one of the perforations in the back plastic here, and it also has a 4-pin pogo charger for various type of docking units, keyboard sets, cases with advanced features, that kind of stuff. Looking at the back of the device, it looks almost like a perforated leather, but it's really a plastic. But these perforations here kind of enable it to have a very, very nice texture and a nice feel. So when you're holding on to it reading a book, it's very easy to hold on to it with one hand. You don't feel like it's going to slip out of your hand at all. Also on the back you see the Nexus logo imprinted into the plastic here, and down at the bottom you see the Asus logo, and also down at the bottom you see our speaker grill here, hiding our stereo sound. So looking at the front of the device, you've got obviously a 7-inch screen, and what this screen entails is it is a 1280 by 800 resolution high definition LED backlit IPS display, and it just enables very, very good colors, very nice color reproduction and picture saturation. It has 216 pixels per inch, which is just amazing. It's awesome. It enables you to be able to zoom in on the applications that allow it and look very, very easily at stuff that you want to look at. Makes the text very crisp, clear. High definition photos and videos are just a pleasure to watch on this. The weight of the device is actually 340 grams, which is not bad at all. I mean, really, you can carry this all day long with relative ease, slip it into a pocket and go with the size of it. It's really not that big at all. As far as the chipsets on the inside, it runs on one of the NVIDIA Tegra 3 quad-core processors, which, as you can see, make it very snappy and loads materials quickly. It's a very, very nice processor to have. That's actually a full version of Chrome that comes with the operating system, at least in the 4.2 version, and I believe the 4.1 version as well. And I mean, it's snappy. You're able to switch through applications quickly. and it really complements the device well with this very nice display, having the power behind it to push high definition style games on a device this size. As far as wireless goes, you're looking at pretty much standard 802.11 BGNN wireless connectivity. It also has Bluetooth connectivity and the NFC slash Android Beam stuff, which basically enables stuff like the Google Wallet application to work, those types of things. Memory, you're looking at 1 gig of memory to complement that Tegra 3 quad core, which is just, again, it's pretty good standard. Some phones out there do have more, but I haven't really noticed a lack of speed or snappiness due to the memory, which is fine. And they probably ended up saving, a little bit of money in the long run going that route, which complements the price of the device, which is, $200. The actual storage capacity, it comes in 16 and 32 gig models. This is actually the 16 gigabyte model, and if we go to the settings here, I can show you exactly how much of that is actually usable. If you go to storage, the available total space on this is 13.43 gigabytes out of the box, which is just, it's pretty much fantastic. They take, a couple of gigs for the operating system and the pre-installed apps. The rest is yours to use. And a lot of the books and stuff that they have are very light on the data usage, the storage capacity taken up by the material. Sorry, kind of lost myself for a minute there. It comes out of the box with 4.1 Jelly Bean. Shortly after that, we did an update to 4.1.2, and then after that, it just pushed us right into 4.2, which enables this nifty functionality. Ta-da! This is something Android users have been asking for quite a while, actually. The ability to have the screen turn with them as they turn the device and not have to, reorient, and then when they launch their application, reorient again. It is nice to use it in this fashion. Also, background. The background will turn with the device. So say if you have a picture of an elephant or a waterfall or something, it's going to orient that way, and it's not going to just stay the same. Sensors on the device, other than the wireless connectivity, you're looking at it's got 2 microphones. And I believe they do noise cancellation. Again, the NFC. It also has an accelerometer, a GPS, magnetometer, and a gyroscope within it. So it has all the functionalities that make it do basically, what Android does. So here's a couple of samples of some of the widgets that come, with 4.2. This is the library widget. Again, it's got some magazines here, some videos that we've used. This is the books right here, and as you can see, the Nexus guidebook actually comes on the device itself. There's actually no book in the box. So when you look at this, you're basically reading your user manual on the device the user manual is for. I think that is very cool. Also, it enables pinch to zoom access. You can also do double tap if you wish. That puts it into a position where it makes it very easy to just use and read the device. Read on the device, I guess would be the proper term. Again, you have calendar widgets, you have bookmark widgets. If we go here, go to say computercentral.com in this case. And again, opening up in full Chrome. When you save it in the browser, it saves it to that widget, and that way you can just hit it right from the home page. You don't have to launch Chrome first. Very nice functionality. They really did a lot of things right with this tablet. I think they did just a fantastic job. As far as battery life, it's actually pretty dang good. You're looking at up to 8 hours of active use. That's their estimate, and in all honesty, I believe that's a kind of a conservative one. I've heard people getting up to 9 hours of just straight use out of it, doing benchmarks and stuff like that. If you look at the magazine store, it's very easy to use, kind of akin to the Kindle Fire, but it's just very simple functionality. As you can see, pictures just come up very, very clearly, very, very nice. And again, it's very, very simplistic. It's simple design. It's easy to use, and it's a joy with that quad-core processor behind it. Looking at video playback here, we have some pre-installed content that came with the device. It's always good to get errors during the videos. Go ahead and demo the sound here too.
The immensity of the herd can only be properly appreciated from the air.
But yeah, as you can see, the colors just reproduce very, very nice. You're running, basically 720p resolution on the videos, which on a 7-inch display is just phenomenally amazing. Gives good color depth, good color reproduction. You just can really see the minute details, when they get up close to something. And we'll see if we can get one of the up close shots here. There you go. That's a good shot. Got the little polar bears in the wilderness there. As you can see, just very, very good, video playback capability. The speakers aren't overwhelmingly clear. And as I was saying there, because I'm pretty sure that drowned me out, the speakers aren't overwhelmingly clear in the sound. I have heard better, but the volume seems nice. And they're not, painful to listen to. It doesn't sound like something you're running off of a Game Boy from 1985. It actually sounds really decent. Well, I don't know, Mr. Cameraman. Is there anything else we need to talk about? So as far as things we would have liked to see on it, but really don't think it detracts from the device, or at least I don't. Things it doesn't have is the ability to use a SD or micro SD card to expand the memory in any way. And that is kind of a downfall for some people. Some people like to have that ability to add more storage to their device. I really don't foresee it being much of a problem, seeing as it does come in a 32 gigabyte model. But some people have large libraries and they need a lot more space. So for some that'll be a turnoff. Also, there is no rear-facing camera on the device. Which some people like to have them for taking pictures or video or what have you. But again, for the price point, I don't believe that it detracts really from this device. It is great for what I believe it was intended for, which was basic tablet stuff, internet, movies, basically being able to read, plane rides, stuff like that. Another thing that we noticed it didn't have was a mini HDMI out to go to a TV. Which again, with the price point, I really don't foresee that being an issue. Most people have a different device to do that kind of functionality, or we'll locate something that will suit that need if they need to have that. Okay, so the Nexus 10 apparently has that functionality, so if you are looking for something a little bit bigger, has a little bit more feature set to it, the Nexus 10 is a good model to go with. Overall, I believe that this is a very, very good tablet for the money. I mean, again, it's just snappy, it responds quickly, the screen is incredible, and I haven't, in our testing here, we actually haven't had an issue really with anything just not working the way it was intended. Anyway, that's kind of our first impression / hardware review. Thank you, and have a nice day.
If you'd like, check us out on Facebook and YouTube, both at yourcomputercentral.com extensions. So if you have anything else, let us know. Email us. You can contact Anthony at Computer Central if you have any questions.